Every season reality television networks broadcast a familiar and highly lucrative narrative into the living rooms of millions of Americans. We watch the notoriously harsh judges, particularly the legendary Simon Cowell, sit back, with their arms crossed ready to shatter the dreams of yet another nervous amateur. But every so often a contestant steps onto the stage and unleashes a performance so dominant and overwhelming that the entire corporate illusion shatters in real time. Today, we are investigating the explosive and highly controversial golden buzzer moment of Liv Warfield, what was aggressively marketed to the viewing public as the shocking discovery of a powerhouse vocalist was in reality one of the most calculated network deceptions in modern broadcast history. We are going to pull back the curtain on the massive world-class professional resume that the television executives desperately tried to hide from the voters. Prepare to uncover the deeply hidden secrets of the music industry, the predatory nature of primetime television, and the real reason why a veteran superstar was forced to masquerade as an undiscovered underdog on national television. To understand the true scale of this broadcast manipulation, we must first analyze exactly how the television producers framed her initial appearance. When Liv Warfield and her band walked onto the grand stage of America's Got Talent, the network deployed their standard underdog juxtaposition. The cameras intentionally focused on the sheer magnitude of the auditorium, making the performers look like ordinary citizens stepping into an intimidating high-stakes arena for the very first time. Simon Cowell played his part to absolute perfection, offering his signature skeptical glare and asking standard introductory questions designed to paint her as a struggling artist desperately seeking a lucky break. The millions of viewers watching at home were completely conditioned to expect a decent, perhaps slightly nervous audition that might barely scrape through to the next round. The television network knew exactly what they were doing. They were meticulously constructing a false narrative of humble beginnings, ensuring that the sheer magnitude of the performance they already knew was coming would feel like a spontaneous, miraculous television breakthrough. The instant the music started, the carefully crafted illusion of an amateur audition instantly disintegrated. Liv Warfield did not just sing a song, she delivered a ferocious high-octane stadium assault that completely obliterated the boundaries of a standard reality television performance. Her vocal control, her aggressive rock and soul energy, and her absolute domination of the physical stage were not the traits of someone looking for their big break. She commanded the microphone stand like a lethal weapon, leading her band with the silent telepathic precision that only comes from decades of touring. The shock in the auditorium was visceral and immediate. The judging panel, normally known for their calculated critiques, were visibly blown away by a level of raw, unadulterated power that completely dwarfed the typical reality show contestant. She was operating on an entirely different frequency, delivering a masterclass in live entertainment that left the live audience screaming for more before the song was even halfway finished. The climax of this monumental performance resulted in the ultimate reality television validation. Simon Cowell, the man who has spent decades cultivating a reputation as the industry's most unforgiving critic, completely abandoned his usual reservations. He bypassed the standard voting protocol entirely and struck the golden buzzer, sending a shower of golden confetti raining down upon the stage. In the reality television ecosystem, a golden buzzer from Simon Cowell is the ultimate currency. It guarantees instant viral fame and widespread media coverage across morning news programs nationwide. Within hours, the footage of her audition shattered digital engagement records, accumulating millions of views. The media apparatus blindly celebrated the network's narrative, heralding Liv Warfield as an incredible new discovery who had miraculously managed to shock the toughest judge on television. The network had successfully secured their massive viral moment, reaping the immense financial rewards and ratings boosts. But maintaining a corporate secret of this magnitude in the digital age is practically impossible. Almost immediately after the broadcast aired, the sheer volume of public attention triggered a massive digital investigation. Sharp-eyed viewers and industry professionals realized that her performance was simply too polished to be the product of an undiscovered talent. When internet sleuths began to analyze the footage outside the emotional context of the television edit, the glaring truth became impossible to ignore. Her spatial awareness on stage, her flawless breath control, and her ability to instantly command a crowd of thousands were the undeniable hallmarks of an elite veteran. The internet is exceptionally ruthless when it comes to identifying inauthenticity, and the narrative of the struggling underdog began to rapidly deteriorate. People began searching her name, completely bypassing the carefully edited television package, and what they found hidden in the digital archives of the music industry completely shattered the foundation of the America's Got Talent broadcast. The bombshell discovery that completely altered the public perception of her audition was a piece of musical history that the television producers actively chose to ignore. Liv Warfield was not an amateur, she was the hand-picked protégé of one of the greatest musical icons to ever live. The hidden reality was that she spent years as a corps member and featured vocalist for the new power generation, the legendary backing band for the late great Prince. For those unfamiliar with the rigorous standards of the music industry, being selected to sing alongside Prince means you have reached the absolute zenith of musical capability. Prince was notoriously demanding, requiring a level of perfection, stamina, and raw talent that very few humans possess. He personally mentored her, actively produced her solo music, and trusted her to share his stage on global tour. The revelation that the network had taken a world-class artist personally vetted by music royalty and repackaged her as an insecure television hopeful was a massive breach of trust with the audience. Digging even deeper into her hidden professional past revealed a resume that most working musicians could only dream of achieving. Long before she ever stepped foot on the reality television stage, she was already a critically acclaimed recording artist. She had released successful solo albums, won a highly prestigious Soul Train Music Award, and had performed as a featured musical guest on major national television broadcasts, including Late Night with Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel Live. She was not a diamond in the rough waiting to be discovered. She was already a polished, celebrated gem in the global music industry. The television network's deliberate omission of these massive career milestones was not a simple oversight, it was a highly calculated erasure of a veteran's entire professional legacy. They completely stripped away her hard-earned elite credentials simply to manufacture a more profitable, highly digestible underdog storyline for the prime-time viewing audience. This massive deception forces us to examine the highly cynical economics of reality television. Network executives operate on a strict data-driven business model that relies heavily on emotional manipulation. They know exactly what drives television ratings and social media shares. A seasoned award-winning professional executor, a flawless performance, does not generate the same emotional engagement as a struggling amateur who overcomes the odds to shock the judges. If the voting audience knows they are watching a veteran who has already performed on national television and toured with a music legend, the emotional stakes of the competition completely vanish. To protect their incredibly lucrative broadcast property, the network producers utilized aggressive non-disclosure agreements and strategic editing to intentionally mislead the American public. They traded the truth of her incredible lifelong dedication for a cheap television trope, proving once again that the corporate entertainment machine views authentic human experiences as nothing more than disposable marketing assets. When the unassailable proof of her extensive professional career saturated social media platforms, the public reaction was intensely polarized. A massive wave of viewers felt profoundly betrayed by the network's emotional manipulation. They flooded forums and comment sections with accusations that the entire competition was a rigged, fraudulent enterprise. Angry fans argued that allowing a world-class award-winning professional to compete against genuine, inexperienced amateurs completely destroyed the integrity of the show. However, the crushing weight of this public backlash was unfairly placed squarely on the shoulders of the artist, rather than the billionaire executives who actually engineered the deception. What the public failed to realize is the dark reality of the modern music industry. Even for highly respected veterans, the current economic model of streaming revenue is fundamentally broken, making it nearly impossible to sustain a lucrative career without constant mainstream exposure. For an independent artist, stepping into the reality television machine is often a necessary, albeit dangerous, survival tactic to reach a new generation of fans. Despite the intense pressure of the global controversy and the misdirected anger of a betrayed viewing public, Liv Warfield completely refused to let the corporate television narrative define her legacy. She weathered the storm of tabloid scrutiny by remaining fiercely unapologetic about her immense talent and her hard-earned professional history. She used the massive platform provided by the golden buzzer not as a starting line, but as a high-powered catalyst to independently reignite her incredible career. She proved that true talent forged in the fires of world-class touring and legendary mentorship cannot be diminished by reality television drama. Her journey serves as a powerful reminder that while the television industry will always attempt to manipulate our emotions for profit, undeniable excellence will always break through the illusion. She didn't just shock Simon Cowell, she exposed the rigid artificial boundaries of primetime television and reclaimed her rightful place in the spotlight, cementing her status as an unstoppable force in the modern entertainment landscape.